everyone, welcome back to the Planet Pearl YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Pearlin, and in this channel I share my love for all things fiber crafts, handmade and slow living from my home in Christchurch, New Zealand, where I live with my family. Lately there has been a lot of what's in my bag videos that have popped up on my feed. I watch some of them because they are such a fun way to peek into someone's world and see the thought that goes into what they carry. It got me thinking, why not share a knitting version? I love my project bags. They are not just practical, they are like little treasure chests of inspiration. So today I'm excited to show you what's in my bag for my Magnolia Chunky Cardigan project. I thought it would be fun to go through everything stashed in here and maybe figure out why I put some of these things in it. So let's get started. This is the gorgeous project bag, and it's from Quilt Me Kiwi. She's a very talented maker here in New Zealand, and I absolutely fell in love with it because of the vintage applique on the front. It reminds me of magnolia blossoms, which feels so fitting for this project, which is the Magnolia Chunky Cardigan by Camilla Vad. What I love about this bag is its size. It's really spacious and it's perfect for holding the chunky yarn and all the supplies I need for the Magnolia Chunky Cardigan. It's both functional and beautiful, which is exactly what I look for in my project bags. Every time I pick it up, I admire the beautiful details, the quilted details here, the embroidery, and all the it feels so nice. So I really love the quilted details on it, and it makes working on this project even more special for me. So first up, I'll open this and I'll show you what I have. So I have my project here. We'll come to it a little bit later. I have wound one skein by hand. I do love winding yarn by hand. It gives me great satisfaction when I wind it by hand, and it looks nearly like the one that is done by the yarn winder. It's not the same still. I like to think that it is near enough. And here's another skein still in its original form. The yarn is spun and hand dyed here in New Zealand by Happy Go Knitty, and it's called ahuru, which in Maori means be warm, comfortable and cozy. And true enough, it's very soft and plump, and because it's woolen spun, it's very light as well. And this yarn is in the colorway Rosy Cheeks. I purchased this yarn as a part of a kit for a knit along for the Chunky Magnolia Cardigan. Next, I have these, I'll leave these here on the table. Next, I have these 3 swatches I made when I started this project. I honestly can't remember which one I decided to go with, but I did get gauge with 6.5 millimeter needles, so at least there's that. Swatching always feels like an extra step, but as a beginner knitter, I think it's extremely essential for the garment to fit perfectly, and so it's completely worth it. So even though I feel impatient with the process, I grin and bear it and make those swatches. And then I keep the ball bands as well. So I have all the ball bands in here to keep track of all the skeins that I use so that I can track exactly how much yarn this cardigan takes by the end. And I really like keeping those details for future to write in my project pages as well. Also, when I finish the project, I like to make a little project page with the yarn band and the yarn. So it's all in here. Then there is this little box. It's a see-through box. And I've got an assortment of stitch markers and project keepers in it. I like having them just in case one of the stitch markers falls down the couch and I have to replace it. And especially for a project like this, I lose them and then I need to keep track of what I'm doing, and so I need that. So I have extra stitch markers. Speaking of extras, I also have these 2 needle stoppers just lying around it there. They were supposed to stay on my needles, but apparently they've decided to go on their own little adventure. It's a bear and it's a hand. And then here's a random find, a vintage napkin, and it's really pretty. Honestly, I have no idea why it's in there. Maybe I thought it would be useful or something. No idea why it's in here, but it's pretty, so I've left it in there. And then I have my work in progress. I'll show you. This project, of course, the Magnolia Cardigan. Like I said before, it's the Chunky Magnolia Cardigan by Camilla Wad. I started this project in 2023 as part of the knit along for this yarn and project that was happening. So it was part of the knit along, and I'm one of those knitters who gets intimidated before starting something and starting something new. And especially when I know I'll be using special yarn like this, I always worry, what if I make a mistake and waste the yarn? Then I go on to Ravelry and dive into all the helpful comments on Ravelry. I read all the notes, all the tips, and sometimes even the challenges other knitters have faced. And so I think if so many people struggled with this part, will I even be able to do it? So I'd overthink every potential mistake, and sometimes I'd hesitate even to cast on. Well, anyway, I cast on the project and came up to the sleeve separation and just put it aside because I was intimidated to go further. And I needed a little hand holding for it. And so to help me get started, I booked a couple of knitting sessions at Broomfields. That's a local yarn store where you can book a one-on-one session with an expert instructor. And I had the absolute pleasure of learning from Helen Barry, who is such a gentle and encouraging teacher. She has no airs about her. She's just so kind and patient, and that immediately, and she has a really patient approach, and that immediately put me at ease. And then Helen helped me work through the tricky parts of the pattern, especially the nubs in the lace section. I've heard so much about how challenging these nubs can be, but with her guidance, I actually found them fun to do. I'm following the chart for the lace design, and I have to say it's surprisingly enjoyable. It's really satisfying to see the pattern emerge as you work through each row. And it's also a reminder that sometimes the things that we seem that the things that what seems so scary is not as big as I imagined them to be. It was just about taking it one step at a time, following the pattern and trusting the process. Now I remind myself that every knitter's experience is different. Just because something was tricky for someone else, it doesn't mean that it will be for me as well, or for you for that matter. And I have to remind myself to take a deep breath and start anyway. And it's only yarn and knitting, and that it's okay to make mistakes. They're part of the journey, and no one can get it all right the first time or every time, because we are all human, and what matters is just giving myself the chance to try. So moving on, the next item I have here are my knitting journals, and another notebook to make note. This is quite tattered. Make note of the things that I experienced during the making of this cardigan, so that I can include it in my project page. And so I have like a project page. I have shown this before, so I use them for that. And then I have a brown paper bag inside. And inside the brown paper bag, I have a set of clay buttons that I got at Knit and Gather in Ragiora from Miss Muffet's Knits, that I plan to use for this cardigan when I finish. So I think it will look really nice. It's very pretty, and I saw other options as well, but I kept going back to these. So I have that in this bag. So it's in this one. And then finally, I have my notions pouch. This notions pouch is so special because my son picked it up for me from Woolfest 2023, I guess. And it has a little teapot pin from Esther Wilder on the front, which I love so much. It is a little granny square thing, and there's a little cute sheep zipper pull, and inside I have a ton of notions, highlighter tape, measuring tape, lens cleaner, gauge, marker, tapestry needles, and a little sticky note. What else? A pen. So basically all the essentials for working on the go. I have previously shown this pouch before in my channel, and I will link it on the top here or here for you. And that's everything in my project bag for the Magnolia cardigan. It's such a fun project to work on, and I love keeping everything I need in this bag in one place. Let me know in the comments if you're working on anything similar, or if you also find random surprises in your project bag, like these little napkins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more cozy crafting content. And thanks so much for watching and leaving comments for me. I will get back to them very soon. I have not answered some of the comments that were sent to me, and I've been having a little bit of an upheaval over here, but it's settling down, and I'll get back to answering them very soon. So until next time, take care. And